Hey everybody, welcome back to Quali-Tea time. Hope you're having a nice week. So, last week I had the blood tests, which, went about as well as one might expect. If you're a relatively newcomer to the channel, I am horrifically bad when it comes to needles, but I've recently encountered a trick that seems to suffice when it comes to them. That being that I will A, not look, because that would be very, very bad. The last thing I need to see is the train approaching me. And the second thing that I will do is bite my hand. Because for whatever, thankfully honestly kind of justifiable reason, significant pain in the opposite hand makes it much easier for me to ignore the slight pain going into the other one. So that's been the way that I've gotten, like, injections and cannulas and whatnot put in more recent last couple of years, basically. It's not necessarily healthy, I wouldn't recommend it as a strategy, but it works for me, and I don't seem to leave lasting damage, or at the very least I haven't yet. So there's that. Although that said, I did post a photo of the damage done to my hand in the course of the blood tests, and oh, my teeth have gotten sharper evidently, so But beyond that, we haven't actually heard of any news from the blood tests yet. I'll probably be giving the clinic a call just to make absolutely certain that I don't, in fact, have some kind of undiagnosed lurgy plague. I don't know. Probably, though, I'm okay, which is, you know, that'd be nice. I would like to imagine if I had a newly defined plague that they would probably call me, but NHS is grossly underfunded, which, you know, we're trying to fix that with the elections coming up, but bleh. Other than that, though, I have been making a concerted effort to improve my fruit intake, because it had admittedly been, I came to the realization, quite a few months since I'd had a piece of fruit, and that probably wasn't helping my health situation. So I've mostly just been trying very hard to have, at bare minimum in a given day, an orange at breakfast. I grant immediately that that's not a huge volume, that I'm not making some huge revolutionary addition of 5 a day to my diet, but it does seem to be helping a bit, at the very least. I was probably on, like, the upswing from the illness anyways, but I think having the fruit is probably helping me. That said, my sleep schedule is as fragile as ever. Case in point, I got woken up by 2 separate parcel deliveries, and now I'm making a vlog at 3 AM. Onto the schedule, everybody. On a Friday night at 9 PM GMT, we have more Friday Night with Dead by Daylight playing some randomly generated Pigs and Spirits. Followed with Saturday's 7 PM GMT showing of Dungeons & Dragon Hats, where the boys continue to be in trouble. What's the next step? Followed, of course, with 9 PM The Carousel, talking about what went down and spinning the wheel, and finishing the week out on Tuesday with Building Blocks at 9, continuing the work on Blood Elegance. And the videos you might have missed this week. We have an episode of Dailies by Daylight where Adiris begins her prestige tour, and an episode of Various Oddities Codex introducing the somewhat bizarre missing block. And as ever, onto the questions. Although as always, these come from the comments section, so if you happen to have anything you want to ask me, leave it in the comments of Quali-Tea time, and I'll catch you maybe in the next episode. You'll find out. We have 2 questions for the week. Our first comes from Blood Monastery. When do you record Quali-Tea time? I thought this was especially funny to include because of how late this particular vlog is. So generally speaking, on my schedule, which is not exactly a very rigid thing in and of itself because of all my many problems, but generally speaking, Quali-Tea time is recorded on Mondays and then edited on Tuesdays so it can come out on Wednesdays, and without me having to rush in any fashion. Depending on how much I have to talk about in a given week, it can be made in a much shorter, more condensed space, but I try to make sure I get the vlog done on Mondays so that I'm not panicking and rushing and getting stressed out about things, which is generally something I try to do with most of my videos these days, because making a video that comes out the same day is stressful, so I don't know how people who do daily videos do that without a substantial backlog, but yeah. And Princess Firefly asks, what got you into Minecraft? Surprising nobody, it was circuitry. Surprising probably quite a few more of you, it was before the Redstone update. I started looking at I started playing Minecraft around the time of the Halloween update that added redstone. Way before repeaters, way before pistons, certainly before comparators and droppers and dispensers and all that. But before that, I was getting interested in Minecraft. At the time I was playing Gary's mod a bunch and programming using the wire mod plugin for that. And then I saw these videos of Minecraft coming out, and before there was redstone in any fashion, there was water circuits. Because at that point, Minecraft had gravity blocks, which was sand, it had torches, and those were destroyed by water, and water would update if there was a change in its route, that kind of thing. So people generated logic gates or that kind of thing by controlling how water flowed through a channel using torches and sand. And it was fascinating to watch that there was this very simple kind of mechanic. Sand falls, water flows, torches hold up sand but are destroyed by water. That was all that anybody needed to actually start creating circuitry. It was single use, because you had to then block it all up and then like reset the sand and the torches and whatnot. So it wasn't nearly as like practical as redstone, but it was enough that people started to do some really interesting things, and that naturally got the clockwork, like, enjoying part of my brain taking over, and just really curious about this strange, interesting new cubic game. And many years later, I'm still here. And that's all I have for this week, so hope you all enjoyed. Hopefully I can get this next video out in a much more reasonable time frame. It very much depends on how my energy levels are and how my sleep schedule is disrupted or not, that kind of thing. But yeah, hope you've all enjoyed, and I'll catch you all as ever next time.